Well, the good thing is that Colombo has got it under the required rate. They needed 11 runs and over. They're slightly under that requirement, 10.92. Still very tight, but they got 9 wickets standing. Naminul Haq. Now the question to both of you is that we've seen T20 cricket, there's so much of innovation, so much of manufactured shots, but this is different. You see a player with, proper cricket shots prospering.
Well, I think Mickey has answered it. Before the game, top of the show, he said, I'm trying to instill a culture in the Sri Lankan side.
I didn't hear that.
You didn't? Okay. So, I'm sorry about that. But
that's all right.
I'm letting you in on that. And then he said, after getting 30s, you have to carry the responsibility. Get your team over the line, or make sure that your team gets to a winning total, fighting total. That's the job of a batsman. If you can't play 20 overs as a batsman, what's the point of you being in the side? And I always thought batting is all about maneuvering the length, using the angles created by the bowlers. And if you as a batsman do the diligence, and diligence, mother of good luck. So if you do the diligence and what are your options, you'll meet success.
No, I agree. See, my point is, you touched on it, but 58 of 31 balls, 10 fours and 1 6, and all proper cricket shots. See, that's the point I just want to bring in.
Just to take that point just a little bit further, I think what you often see is batsmen, particularly in 2020 cricket, they get a little bit of a panic on, so they feel they've got to score and score and score. So what they do is they try and overhit the ball. They end up losing their shape. They end up losing all the power. So I'd rather see proper cricket shots. You beat the field, particularly when the field's up. You drive, you cut, you pull, you do whatever you need to do. But those are still the best way to score. And then if you're not hitting the boundary, by playing proper cricket shots, you're getting the 1 or 2 as well, instead of trying to overhit the ball too much.
It's all about eliminating that risk, isn't it? And I always believe those ram strokes and, reverse sweeps and all that, they come into being. You, as a batsman, should only employ once you're not able to maneuver the length. You're not able to find the gaps. Then you resort to those strokes. Otherwise, you don't have to do it.
See, the point is, that's a look at where Chandimal's got his runs, but just look how straight he's gone. He's gone through mid-off, and he's got runs right around the pitch. But the point is, the hallmark shots are the shots you're talking about. The rams, the reverse. But you don't see many batting like this. So that's why I think it's been an outstanding knock. More runs here. India single.
It has been a great knock so far. Now we want to see him go. And this is, as I said at the top of the show, this is the roll your sleeves up and really get stuck in and work. The field's back. There's big holes. You've got to find those holes. You've got to keep running. You've got to be
comparison with the run chase. Colombo Kings, 107 for 1. Looking quite good. Required rate, 11.3. Dinesh Chandimal, well set on 66. Kusal Pereira will be searching for a wicket now. Chandimal got dropped in the 5th over, and they're paying a heavy price for it. Sohail?
Yeah, definitely he is. Batting with responsibility, Chandimal executed some fantastic strokes. In the air, a dropped. This is not the first time we saw the fielder coughing up a chance. A second time, and I think it's the same fielder.
It's Naveen ul Haq, the Afghanistan player. I spoke about that chance being given to Chandimal. It was in the 2nd over when Chandimal was on 5. That's a really good effort, but it's the fall that has affected him.
I think he wasn't able to time his jump perfectly. A ball hitting the bony part of palm, and that's why he wasn't able to grab it. Yeah, the Colombo Kings can breathe. This partnership is looking quite dangerous, and a wicket here could have made Candy's Tuskers once again favourite to win this one.
Look quite painful, as they usually are. Bang on the head with an effort on the field. Not a nice experience for any cricketer. Kusal Pereira played a nice hand of 87 off just 52. Sohail, what you liked about that innings?
His attitude. You know, when I saw him earlier on, his innings, it was all about hitting the ball towards the boundary line. But this time around, he took the responsibility, made sure that he played chunk of overs which were available, executed some great strokes. He's a kind of a batsman. He can take on any bowler, even at their best. A highly talented and skillful player.
Go short. Wasn't high enough, but he was rushed. Luckily missed time. There is a fielder in that deep backward square region.
They are pelting the batsman with a short pitch delivery, employing his experience in this difficult situation for his side. Bowling with clear thinking, looking to pick up a wicket here for his side. That'll be a bonus. That'll be a relief for Candy Tuskers.
Really nice shot. That's classy. Goes all the way for 6. 50 partnership comes up, and Chandimal roars.
Talk about timing. It was personified. Talk about playing risk-free cricket. He showed us how to do that. Didn't try to overhit the ball. Just guided the ball for a maximum result. A pressure off which was created by Pradeep earlier on in this over. From first 4 deliveries, only 4 runs were scored. On driven. Pushing for 2. But there wasn't the second. Single 20 over. It's 118 for 1.
डिसीजन पेंडिंग है, पर तुम्हारा डिसीजन अभी ले लो। माय 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस। डाउनलोड माय 11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ।
Witness the spectacular big hits and some big bang entertainment as the world's grandest T20 league is back. Rebel Women's Big Bash League final Saturday, 28th November, 1:40 p.m. live on Sony 10-2.
Another very good partnership for Colombo Kings. Exactly what you need when you're chasing a total in excess of 200.
The captain has gone on a punt. He's looking to buy a wicket.
Let's go down and join Mike Hazeman.
Herschel, Colombo Kings coach. Thank you for joining me. What are your thoughts at the moment? 118 for one. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, exciting. I've still got Angela Matthews, Dre Russell still to come. A lot of experience. So, it's a good deck as well. So, not too perturbed, backing them. I'm very happy with that, with my top 5, top 6. So, quietly confident at this stage.
So, it's a big total you were chasing, and still are chasing, of course. What did you say to your charges at the halfway mark?
Yeah, someone needs to be a hero. If we can get someone and get us an 80 or 90, hopefully Dinesh, can do so. I mean, he's looking like he can do that for us. And it's a team game. It helps obviously with the midfield as well, which is great. But not to panic. There's a lot of experience, and that's what I like about our top 6. So, I said, just stay calm. As long as we've got partnerships, it's a good wicket. It's not getting any slower. So, I mean, there's no reason why we can't get close.
So one thing we saw you doing during your the first bit of this game, you were writing down a lot of things in that book. Were you drawing pictures, or what were you doing?
No, I cannot draw.
Cannot draw?
I can draw a golf ball maybe, but not pictures.
Right. So what were you drawing down or writing down?
Well, just maybe one or two, one over spells. They got off to such a flyer. I thought, maybe, but...
Were you tearing your hair out at that stage?
Well, the lift, one or two little strands that is left. But, no, I mean, look, the guys have come off no cricket. So, and to come and, first up on an absolute road like this, margins, margins of error is tiny. But they did very well, and, like I said, I mean... we're in with a good shouter. And finally, how much are you enjoying the coaching? No, I do. I love being in the action. I mean, this is the closest you're going to get to actually being on the field. It was a decision I made about 3 years ago to take it up. I mean, and now there's so many leagues. I mean, there are 10 leagues worldwide. So hopefully I can do a few more. I mean, it's enjoyable.
Herschel, thanks very much for your time, or Scooter, as I know you. Thanks very much for your time. We know you like being in the action when you had the bat in your hand. You like being in the action when the lights come on at night as well. That is a wonderful stroke also. That is terrific stuff. That's going to make you even happier. Let's go back and join the commentators. Herschel, thanks for your time.
Thanking you.
Always nice hearing from Herschel Gibbs. A 6 to end the over. 11 runs from it. 129 for 1.
Saurav, which way is the match going to go?
मैच मुझे पता है which way. दादा की टीम नीचे जा रही है और मेरी टीम ऊपर. खुद को चैंप समझते हो? तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस. आपकी टीम जीतेगी या मेरी? देखते हैं My 11 Circle पे. Make your team only on My 11 Circle. Download the app now.
It's time to show cricket's true color. India Tour of Australia, only on Sony Sports Network.
Not here, but I tweeted saying cycle.
129 for 1. 91 more runs needed from 48 deliveries. Still 9 wickets in hand. 2 of those, Angelo Matthews, Andre Russell. Power batsman, you would say, in T20 cricket.
Well, Colombo will think that it's within their striking range. They could now get a glimpse of their target. 220 looked quite big when they went in, but I thought this foundation has been outstanding. And Thiksila De Silva, we spoke about his strike rate. Another look at that shot. This is why this man carries a strike rate of close to 160. He can really hit the long ball. He's a big hitter. he will complement Dinesh Chandimal quite well.
Yeah, it has been a workmanlike partnership between these two. Played risk-free cricket, and they've gotten their team to a stage where they could actually press on to win. Oh, is he all right?
Goodness, Lyndon Hannibal, I hope you're all right. That's a lot of flesh there. I hope he's okay. But that was hit firmly. Really hit back. Thankfully, he's all right. Matthews can have a laugh. He's with a straight face.
Well, it's one of the things that umpires in the modern game need to be mindful of, especially in T20 cricket. That stroke coming right back at you. Pinned him on the thigh. Luckily, there's a lot of muscle there.
Yeah, it was a deflection. It was the deflection of the bowler. But he did well, Lyndon Hannibal. He was a good cricketer in his days. He used to be a fast bowler. Never knew he had great reflexes.
Should be taken. Yes, big wicket. Naveenul Haq strikes. The Candy Tuskers will feel happy with this result because it's the aggressor, Dinesh Chandimal, who has to go.
Well, it was a slow bouncer. He just timed the ball, and he must have been surprised to see the ball carrying to the fieldsman. Disappointment for Chandimal, who played so well. And for Candy Tuskers, it's a huge, huge wicket. Given the situation, he perished after scoring 80. It's 131 for 2.
डिसीजन पेंडिंग है, पर तुम्हारा डिसीजन अभी ले लो। माई 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस। डाउनलोड माई 11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ।
Conor McGregor, you're taking everything I work for.
Shut your mouth, you'll do.
Come on, I'm going back over here. I'm going to go back over here.
Have you ever thought of hurting someone? If you have, then what you gonna witness will change your mind.
We rule these lands. We rule these lands.
UFC As Real As It Gets, Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. on Sony 10-2.
Exciting all-rounder comes to the crease, and at the right time, you would think for the Colombo Kings, that strike rate is what is so significant. Nearing 170.
Come on, Darren. Where are your loyalties now? Dre Russ, are you supporting the Kings with Dre Russ? Where are you going? A West Indian?
We're meant to be neutral. Roshan, unlike Ruslano, our colleague.
All right.
Just go with whoever is doing well.
Edge, taken. This is huge. This is really huge, and the perfect start for Naveenul Haq, and this is exactly what the doctor orders. 2 quick wickets and the set batsman.
He's on a hat-trick. He's redeeming himself, Naveenul Haq. After dropping 2 catches, he has managed to pick up 2 wickets in successive deliveries. Game on for Candy Tuskers. They're back in the game, back in the hunt.
Yeah, just the breakthrough they wanted. Both set batsmen gone. Thixila De Silva, 22 of 16. It's 131 for 3.
डिसीजन पेंडिंग है, पर तुम्हारा डिसीजन अभी ले लो। माई 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस। डाउनलोड माई 11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ।
Everybody's storybook ending is different, but if those closure moments are great, it makes you want to have another one.
It was a total train wreck.
Oh boy, here we go. It's going to be a vicious cycle.
The dragon, that ain't healthy, man. You know, kind of read that as you're spinning out of control. You need to make some life changes here.
Well, the excitement has just heightened. Naveenul Haq is on a hat-trick. The game has just turned on its head the first wicket to fall, Dinesh Chandimal, looking quite set. He went for 80, and then his partner at the time, he departed. The experience of Matthews prevents that hat-trick from happening.
Critical phase as far as I'm concerned. Two new batsmen. But the good thing for the Kings is that both these players are highly experienced. Angelo carries a lot of experience. Russell, well, you don't need to say too much about him. He's just been one of those champion cricketers. So this is going to be really crucial for the Kings. How would they maneuver? How would they navigate from here?
Single to end the over takes Angelo Matthews to 2,500 runs in T20. 132 for 3.
Saurav, the game's about to start.
कौन होगा in और कौन होगा out?
Dada, nothing much to think about. My 11 in, your 11 out.
खुद को चैंप समझते हो तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस. आपकी टीम जीतेगी या मेरी? देखते हैं My 11 Circle. Now make your team only on My 11 Circle. Download the app now.
It's time to show cricket's true colour. India Tour of Australia, only on Sony Sports Network.
Still gettable, Colombo Kings. Required rate just about 12 and a half. When you think of Angelo Matthews and Andre Russell at the crease, there's a lot of hope for Herschel Gibbs and his squad.
It's a similar kind of a situation when you go back to Candy Tusker's innings. This was the period when they were stroking the ball around, just rotating the strike, taking the scoreboard, setting up for the last 4-5 overs. And I think Colombo can do that as well.
So one thing about the Candy fielding, they haven't impressed me really. There have been a few mistakes they made, few easy runs. In fact, that last bit of fielding too, lucky they didn't get a single or a run. So Seku Prasanna, another very experienced cricketer, but someone who has actually not delivered. He's played a lot of cricket. It's someone who is a bits and pieces cricketer, but I'm disappointed with what he's achieved. Another look at that wicket, Dixila De Silva, very good catch. But on the point of Dre Russ, there are millions of people watching. I mean, what about he not playing for the West Indies? They're in New Zealand now.
Well, Phil Simmons said he was surprised to know that Andre Russell committed to playing in this My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League. I guess from a Cricket West Indies perspective, they've allowed players to make decisions. They haven't been restrictive in their approach. And players like Andre Russell, Karen Pollard, they've embraced that. They've worked together with Cricket West Indies, and there's a common understanding to meet each other halfway in the interest of West Indian cricket. So I don't think it will be a great issue for the West Indies, especially with the pending T20 World Cup in 2021.
Ball in. The second time we have seen wicket being picked up with a long hop. That's a huge wicket. The game has turned on its head. 3 quick wickets for Candy Tuskers. They're now in front.
This is what we were talking about. Seku is a quickish leg spin. He really doesn't spin. Holds a lot of top spin, googlies, and there you are. You could see he just zipped it through. And this is a huge wicket. 2 quick wickets in the over, and now Angelo Matthews. Colombo Kings under serious pressure. Losing their captain for 2 to 134 for 4.
My question is, does he select himself as a batsman for West Indies? That's a big question.
डिसीजन पेंडिंग है, पर तुम्हारा डिसीजन अभी ले लो. My 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ. खुद को चैंप समझते हो तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस. डाउनलोड My 11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ.
अपना रंग है हिंदुस्तान.
It's time to to show cricket's true colour. After 9 months, Men in Blue will lock horns with Australia. The rivalry will start tomorrow, 8 a.m. onwards, only on Sony Sports channels.
Ashan Priyanjan, new batsman, wickets tumbling, tempo of the innings changing, the nature of this contest changing in favour of Kandi Tuskers.
Well, looking at Sikuge Prasanna is to see him with a different run-up those days. He would have his hands clasped together with the ball, but now he tends to run in a little bit more freely and appears to have a little bit more control as he delivers at the crease. He's very different in his stride and short delivery. Well, great effort on the boundary, but it is a 4. Priyanjan gets off the mark. 6 runs and a wicket, 138 for 4.
इस बार अगर वॉटसन्स 11 की वाट नहीं लगा दी ना मेरी 11 ने.
You were saying something, mate?
No, sir.
Think you're a champ? Then prove you're a champ. My 11 is ready. Is yours?
My11circle.com पर ऐप डाउनलोड करो, अपनी टीम बनाओ और वॉटसन के साथ खेलो. My11circle.com.
Play with champions.
It's time to show cricket's true colour. India Tour of Australia, only on Sony Sports Network.
We've been talking about downloading the My11 Circle app. The My11 Circle MVP of the match so far, Kusal Pereira, for his innings. At the top, Dinesh Chandimal also featuring. Gurbaz with his half-century. Kusal Mendes. So, hope that you've selected these players in your My11 Circle fantasy team, because you would have won points.
Overcommitted himself with that stroke, Angelo Matthews. The pace wasn't there. He was into that stroke a bit early, and that small mistake cost him big. All eyes are on Andre Russell. If you're a Colombo Kings fan, he has to come out with something special to be able to win the game for his side. Brilliant effort by the fieldsman, but in vain. Welcome boundary.
Talk about being special. I thought that timing was absolutely special. Used the pace of the ball, and look at the way it went. And I'm not surprised that Russell has the best strike rate in T20 cricket for players with more than 3,000 runs. He can play some unbelievable shots. I've seen him bat and win games in league cricket, and he is simply a star, a match winner.
He's as stylish as you, Roshan. 2 different shoes. Shows a little bit of its power. Russell Muscle. He had some My11 Circle champion shot.
As a bowler, you've got to be at your best when you're looking to bowl at Russell. If you err in your liner length, it's going to take a big chunk out of you. You saw the opportunity, pounded the ball towards the boundary line for 4 runs. Another My11 Circle champion boundary.
See, the other side of the coin is young Anjula. He's a pretty young cricketer, and he's just finding his way, and this is a huge experience. Bowling to somebody like Russell in this T20 format, the experience will make him better. Now, this is why this league is so important, particularly for the younger cricketers that are coming through for Sri Lanka, because one thing is, it will showcase the talent, it will show the world what they're capable of, and also we spoke to Mickey about selection.
so many options available.
Yeah, let's put it this way. It's a huge opportunity for these young, talented Sri Lankan players to get recognized, show their skills, prove their worth, mettle, and who knows, in future we see them playing different leagues around the world.
Well, if you're not playing, you have a chance to join the My 11 Circle app and play fantasy cricket. 72 required from 32. My 11 Circle, the proud sponsors of the Lanka Premier League for this season. Cricket fans in India can download the app, get onto the website my11circle.com and play. Pick your champion cricketers, win points.
Okay, that's the best response.
After a good start, Candy Tuskers, they were desperately looking for a breakthrough. It happened in the power play, and then Naveen, redeeming himself, cuffing up 2 chances, picked up 2 quick wickets for his side. And then the leg spinner getting into the act.
That's a wide, but just looking at those 2 wickets of Naveed, the 150 is up. Chandimal was a slow bounce, as you said, but the next one was much quicker. Surprised Thickshila de Silva, so it just flew off an edge as he was looking to hit it square. It beat him for pace, so it was a very good change-up by Naveed.
And also he got cramped because he was bowling round the stumps, he cut the angle, cramped the batsman, and he was rewarded for good thinking.
Irfan Pathan sustaining an injury to his hamstring, had to leave the field. Full delivery to end the over. A stifled appeal as well from the captain, Kusal Pereira. He's gone for the review now. This will be interesting. They'll check for the legality of the delivery. No issue there. Big question. Was there bat on this delivery? Kusal Pereira looked quite confident with his appeal. Priyanjan was making room to free his arms, hence he wasn't in control. Perfect Yorker, you would see. At that point, was there bat on this delivery? This could put further trouble in the Colombo Kings. Bounce as well, so even if there was an edge, I think the batsman will be safe. Bounces after making contact with the bat, so Colombo Kings will be happy that they've preserved this wicket. This partnership of 16 from 8 will continue. As we wait on confirmation from the umpire in terms of the decision. And not out it is. End of the 15th over, 150 for 4.
करोड़ों फैंस खेलेंगे, करोड़ों फैंस जीतेंगे। कौन जीतेगा और क्या जीतेगा? my11circle.com पे आओ और खुद जान जाओ। डाउनलोड द ऐप नाउ।
It is locked away. At the same time, the Tuskers had 149 on the board. Kings have got 150. 70 the need off the last 5, which was exactly
exactly the same as what the Tuskers got in their last 5. So game on.
As long as Andre Russell's there. That's basically the key. Even more than that is not beyond his reach. Last 5 overs, Navinul Haq, change of ends. Those 2 wickets really brought the Tuskers back into it.
Yeah, they did that, and the only way the Tuskers were going to get themselves back into the game was by taking wickets. And I think in 2020 cricket that's become more and more pertinent, is that wickets, the only way you stop the rate is by getting wickets, and that's why you want to be trying to select attacking bowlers, particularly through the middle, to take those wickets.
And that's why I think in T20 cricket that if you've got some seriously good bowlers in your lineup, I think you've got the edge. Seam bowlers, I mean, I think you've got the edge. I really do. Guys who can come back and pick up a quick wicket. I think the thought initially wasn't a big batsman's game. I think at the highest level, I think that's changed around a little bit. You've got some power players, that's important, of course, like the guy that's on strike now, Andre the Giant. But I think if you've got some good bowlers, particularly some good seamers who can do a job, I think that's really important.
Yeah, and in these conditions, you're attacking spinners, particularly through the middle, are very, very important for you.
Russell on strike. Navinul Haq. Oh, that's a wide.
Again, you mentioned my name. It's getting a little annoying. I'd rather with Andre the Giant.
Sorry, my mistake.
It's a wide length that has really worked against Andre Russell, making him stretch, making him fetch that delivery. That's what Navinul Haq is trying to do to Andre Russell. He's got those 2 fielders wide, square of the wicket on the offside, no one behind square, even on the leg side. It was a shorter delivery that the quicker bowlers used against Russell, but in this IPL, which was concluded recently, they kept getting him out, caught in the deep on the offside. He pushes that front leg way onto the leg side. He's reduced that. And that's why it's hard to hit the one on that's wide of off stump.
Let's just talk about his technique a little bit. The one thing he talks about all the time when you interview him is strength. He says strength is his game. End of story. That's where it starts and finishes. And as you mentioned, that was on the bounce. As you mentioned, he likes opening that stance, throwing that left leg out so he gives himself some room. And it's all about strength. And he always bats deep in his crease when knees get boundaries as well. You can see him just hobbling a little bit there. Bats deep in his crease so that he can get underneath the ball.
Yeah, he can, and he does that so well. And by him going deep in the crease, he opens up the area from sort of wide mid on or wide long on all the way around through the offside. The one thing setting up against Andre Russell is, and they did it very well in the RPL, was the pace bowlers to go short at him, because technically he was found wanting there a little bit, and then they did go wide to him, as Russell mentioned.
Let's have a look after the next delivery, or we can have a look at it now. Look at that front leg, how far wide it goes. Yes, he's deep. And that will make him really stretch. Even though he relies on his power, it's important. Look at that. That's a problem. He's got to go towards the ball. Your energy needs to go through the ball as well, even though you have as much power as this Russell.
Oh, he slapped that one. That's gone pretty quickly, and it's gone through the hands for 4. There's the power.
Yeah, if you come into those areas for Andre Russell, he is going to punish you. He is, and with him by clearing the leg, he's almost opening up the leg side for himself. So that is why you've seen sides go wide and make him try and hit through the offside. And as you correctly said, Russ, he can't get his weight through the ball then because his weight's going towards the leg side.
Ends up slicing it.
Spot on, 100%.
Just the one other thing about his technique, he says you will never ever see him advancing towards the ball. He says, and as far as he's concerned in his mind, that is a complete waste of time. That negates his opportunity to get underneath the ball. You will never ever see him do it. Underneath that, and he smacked that into the stand, has he? My goodness, that is a sensational shot. That's a My 11 circle champion shot.
And the thing with that was exactly as we were saying, he cleared his front leg.
At the end of the 16th, 165 for 4, and it will be time for a strategic timeout.
करोड़ों फैंस खेलेंगे, करोड़ों फैंस जीतेंगे। कौन जीतेगा और क्या जीतेगा? my11circle.com पे आओ और खुद जान जाओ। डाउनलोड द ऐप नाउ।
देवियों और सज्जनों, जब अपने मेन इन ब्लू मैदान में उतरेंगे और वो भी अपने सबसे तगड़े राइवल्स ऑस्ट्रेलिया के सामने, और वो भी 9 महीने के बाद, तो भैया टाइम तो आ ही गया है क्रिकेट का असली रंग दिखाने का। इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया आ रहा है। मैं तो सुबह 8 बजे देखूंगा सोनी के स्पोर्ट्स चैनल पर, और आप देखिएगा जरूर। धन्यवाद।
And lock horns with the fiercest rivals, Australia. India's tour of Australia. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. onwards. Live on Sony Sports channels.
Conor McGregor, you're taking everything I work for.
Shut your mouth, you come on. I'm going back over here. I'm going to go back over here.
Have you ever thought of hurting someone? If you have, then what you gonna witness will change your mind.
We rule these lands. We rule these lands.
UFC as real as it gets, Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. on Sony 10-2.
It's time to show cricket's true color. India Tour of Australia. Only on Sony Sports Network.
The game is the bottom line. Colombo Kings need 55 more from 24 balls, and it's all about Andre Russell. If he gets out, they're going to be in trouble.
For the Tuskers, it's about Pradeep. Here he is.
Whipped away leg side. Nicely stopped. And they come back for 2. That's good work on the boundary. Certainly saved 2.
Kusal Mendes. He's quick, agile, did enough to knock it on to Gurbaz. There he is. Releases it just in time. They need a lot of that.
I tell you also what is required by the Kings. This is the last ball before the break. What about that shot? That is just signature Andre Russell.
And that was right into his slot. He clears his front leg, he gets his weight through the ball, and that goes for 6. That's what makes him one of the best 2020 cricketers in the world.
That's high. It should be taken. And it is taken. Now, these wickets are very important. The deeper they go into the lineup, the better off the Tuskers will be. It's not Russell, but they'll be quite happy with that wicket.
That is a very good catch out there as well. Very, very good catch. Got himself into a good position, got nice and stable, nice and still, and pouched it. Really good wicket.
Ashan Priyanjan's the man gone. 8 off 7. It's 167 for 5.
Witness the spectacular big hits and some big bang entertainment. as the world's grandest T20 league is back. Rebel Women's Big Bash League final Saturday, 28th November, 1:40 p.m. live on Sony 10-2.
दिखा दे सबको हाँ अपना रंग है हिंदुस्तान निकले नीला हाँ अपना रंग है हिंदुस्तान It's time to show cricket's true colour. After 9 months, Men in Blue will lock horns with Australia. The rivalry will start tomorrow, 8 a.m. onwards, only on Sony Sports channels.
Andre Russell's on striker for that wicket. Short delivery down the leg side, had to get underneath that. That's very well bowled.
Yeah, it is. Nuwan Pradeep does this. He goes wicket to wicket. He angles the ball slightly back in onto the stumps and can be very effective on wickets like this, particularly at the death.
He's showing some great variations. That was the back of the hand slow ball that got the wicket. Then to Russell, he follows up with the bouncer. What has he got now, coach?
Full and straight.
Here we go.
Only 2 runs from the over so far. Oh, that's beautifully bowled.
He's bluffed the coach, so he's certainly going to bluff the batsman.
As they say, nose and toes.
Yeah, but this is good. This is well executed. Did mention that as Russell is key for the Tuskers, it's Nuwan Pradeep who's going to be... It's the other way around. Russell key for the Kings. For the Tuskers,